Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phone real quick. As much as I like the fact that Hina and Natsu might break up, I, however, don't want them breaking up thanks to reasons that just do not make sense. And let me explain. This picture, this final sequence, in fact, does not make a lick of sense. Okay, now I know you're thinking, like, what do you mean? Like, she's getting caught for Natsu and her kissing. Fine, yes, that's a problem. But the point is you're not going to tell me late at night or in the evening when the sun is down, fireworks are happening on a beach, that someone is going to take a picture of the motel/hotel, whatever, and zoom in on the sensei's room. Like, nail it down to where the room is at. Like, let's be real. If you're going to take a picture, you're not going to zoom in on the rooms in the background, figuring out where the teacher is at. You're going to be like, yeah, you don't care. You just care about what's in the foreground. You're not going to really look too deep into the background of a picture. But that's beside the point. The point is that someone took a picture late in the evening, okay, with most likely a smartphone. They took a picture. After taking the picture, they zoomed in and had quality to where they could tell what was in the window. You're not going to tell me that's possible, because I know for a fact, late at night, after using my camera here, trying to take pictures at night is not easy. You have to use a flash and everything, and being that far of a distance in the background, you're not going to have that clear enough of a picture to really see what's going on. You might be able to see some people in the background, but you're not going to be able to see that clear of quality of them kissing that far in the background, especially when fireworks are going off late at night. It does not make a lick of sense. It's just like, who investigates that far, that deep, just to see what's going on in a picture? Nobody. Nobody. It was honestly probably a throwaway picture at that, to be honest. Unless someone was purposely snooping and trying to figure out a problem with Sensei and Natsu. Which, the only one I could see that could do something like that would be Rui, but I don't think she would go to that extent to cause problems. So, that's not the case here. So, yeah, and just like, it's a good episode, and the conflict was eventually going to happen, but the way the conflict is happening doesn't make sense. In the manga, it might make a little bit more sense, but at least right now in the anime, it just doesn't make sense. But the way the camera is, the positioning of it, to the zoom in, there's just so many things working against that photo that it's just like, no, it's too perfect to be working like that. And so, it's drama just to be there, basically, to cause conflict for the finale of this anime. And don't get me wrong, drama anime, yes, they kind of need drama for its finale. Fine, I can deal with that, I can live with that. I can even deal with this conflict right now going on between Natsu and Hina if it was a believable circumstance. But it's not. It's really not believable. It isn't. You're not going to tell me it is. It's not. The manga could be different, but at least right now from the anime's depiction, it's just not believable. Unless someone truly knew what was going on in snooping, which then the only person I could believe it could be would be Rui. So, yeah. Now, speaking of which, I also want to mention the fact that in this episode of Domestic Girlfriend, Natsu as a character, he finally expressed his feelings. He was just straight up with Rui, like, hey, I want to be with Sensei. I want to be with Hina. And I want to pursue a relationship with her. I want to marry her. He was just point blank with Rui, and he declared his feelings to Hina in this episode. And even though, like I said, I personally prefer Rui and Natsu, I will compliment the man for going for what he wants. He's not turning back. He's not turning around. No second guessing. He is going for what he wants. He's fighting for it. So I will give the man that. I will say that is something to commend for him. He is not giving up on what he wants. He's not just turning around for Rui. He is going for Sensei. And so, seeing him declare his love, get her a ring, go that far. I mean, he even went all the way with her in this episode. I'm actually kind of proud. I am proud of Natsu. I am. I really am proud of him. I mean, he might not be thinking completely clearly, but at the same time, I'm proud of him for sticking to his guns and what he wants, and he's just not turning back on it. So yes, good on Natsu for actually going out of his way to get what he wants and not turning around. Now, when it comes to Rui is a character in this episode. Honestly, they kind of depict her in a way that was a little bit unlikable. Like, she was likable but unlikable. Like, she could have easily have had Hina break up with Natsu to be petty, But she didn't do that, so I will commend Rui there. But she was petty in a way when she said that, I'm going to try my hardest to hate you, dislike you. And it just, the way the episode presents it, it feels like a temper tantrum. That's all it feels like. It feels like a little temper tantrum from an immature child that's just trying to be petty. And I know we all have those moments to where we want to be petty, we're just angry, we're, just ignoring someone. Fine, that happens. But the circumstances behind it and the way she just says it to the man's face, like, I'm trying to dislike you and all that. I want to dislike you completely. I'll act normal around you at home, treat you like a brother, help you with your wound, but when it's out in public, I'm going to do everything I can to dislike you. I'm just like, that's unrealistic. It's really unrealistic. And it's obvious that the way the episode is shown, it doesn't really last that long. Like, I mean, she kind of completely negates that and just turns around and starts, like, kind of slightly being a little bit forward or nice to, not so. It doesn't seem like she's really holding on to the whole, I'll continue to dislike you thing that she said at the beginning of this episode. But I felt like the way that was presented, it's like, Rui, that's a little bit petty. That doesn't really, make sense. I mean, saying you're disliking a man because he just straight up is going for what he wants is kind of rude. I mean, like I said, even though I preferred Rui and not so, just, putting the man down to say I want to dislike you because you like this other person, it's kind of wrong. It is. I mean, at least he was honest with you. He was just straight up honest and told you his actual legit feelings, and there's no one else to blame for why he doesn't love you than yourself. Because, I mean, you had all the options and chances at the beginning of the series, but you threw it away. So, I cannot blame Natsuo there. So, Rui, her little issue in this episode, I'm not really on her side. I'm really not on her side at all. So, anything else to really talk about? I guess, let's talk about the award. So, Natsuo, he got a little bit jealous. He got real jealous with Rui in this episode, which I kind of felt bad for him, but at the same time, the sensei woke him up and let him realize what he was seeing or what he was not seeing. For instance, as soon as Rui, someone that's kind of like a newcomer to writing stories, not really doing it before, won the mentioning award, he was really upset. He's like, I've been doing this for so long, and then she just comes in and instantly is getting noticed. It's like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing from someone that's put his heart into something, and then he's not recognized, but she's recognized instantly. He's like, she's talented, I'm not. I guess I should just give up. And the sensei basically is like, look, man, you know what you have over her? The drive, the passion. She doesn't have that. Because obviously, Rui, she doesn't really care to be a writer. The only reason why she really joined the club, we know as the audience, is because of Natsuo. She joined the club just for Natsuo. She might be a little bit interested in books, but overall it's mainly just for Natsuo is why she did it. So because of that, you're like, yeah, it makes sense now. So she getting noticed would be upsetting, but she doesn't have the drive, the passion to pursue that, and that's what Natsuo has. He can be greater and stronger than her in terms of writing because of his passion, his drive to get better. And so seeing his determination with the sensei's like, I want to write short stories every single week, that's something that really shows his character development and how he realizes it's not good to just dwell on it and then be jealous about other individuals. To get to that level and to be really good, it's through hard work and effort. And that's what he realized. He learned that lesson of hard work and effort matters the most instead of just chalking it up to talent and then giving up. Because giving up is not going to solve anything. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it when it comes to this episode of Domestic Girlfriend. It's a good episode. It had its annoying moments, especially with the ending final picture, but I'm proud of my boy Natsuo. He got to go all the way. He had Sensei the one he wanted, and, he probably might lose that relationship, though, because of the conflict happening, which, like I said, doesn't make sense with how a picture like that got taken, but we'll see where it goes. Oh yeah, one last thing I do want to mention though before I wrap up this video. I do enjoy that little kiss scene. It's hilarious just how out of place it was. It just came out of nowhere and I was like, did Natsuo just get kissed like that? Did the sensei just get kissed like that? I was like, wait, what? It was a very strange moment and it just threw me for a loop seeing something like that, but it was pretty funny, and I think because of the sheer shock factor of it is what made that scene so hilarious, and so I just felt like mentioning it just because I didn't expect that coming at all. I mean, whoa. But okay, so I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video, please hit the bell icon down below, because for some reason, even if you click the subscribe button, you don't always get notified for whenever a video is uploaded. So if you do want to get notified, you got to hit that bell icon down below. And this doesn't go just for me. This goes for all YouTubers on the platform. So even if you don't care about me and you don't care to get my content notified, do it for the YouTubers you do care about, because it does help us out a lot and we all do appreciate it. And so with that, I love you guys. Be safe. Stay healthy. Chibi out.